Hey, Daniel. Hey, everyone. How's it going? My name is Lucas. I am the operations manager at Rektoff, and I'm joined here by Daniel.
Hey, yeah, I'm Daniel, and I teach Module 1 for Rektoff, and yeah, excited to answer some questions and give some context on Cohort 4.
Yeah, so for anyone tuning in and for anyone listening right now, please feel free to drop questions in the chat at basically any opportunity. I promise that we will get to every single one. We are looking forward to hearing what you have to ask us. Good morning, Luja. Hope you're having yourself a wonderful.
Oh, you there?
Yeah, I had a connection drop briefly, but that's okay. I appear to be back, so hopefully I will stay that way. So as mentioned, my name's Lucas. So I am the former director of operations for DeFi Safety. We used to conduct security reviews across 200 different chains and protocols. And now I'm very happy to be the operations manager at Rektoff and working with Daniel and the wonderful team. We've been able to build out a really nice bootcamp for different interested security auditors and people who are, decently good at coding that want to break more into the security ecosystem. And it's really exciting to be able to be here. So a little bit of background about me. I was the co-founder and director of events for Web3 Montreal. And I organized a lot of different security-oriented events with Google Cloud, Solana, Chainlink, Figment, and other ecosystem partner. Now I'm working with Rektoff, and we've ran quite a number of cohorts. This will be our 4th cohort that we're approaching, and it's a really lovely course, and we'd really love to have some of you guys join us for it. Daniel, do you want to introduce yourself a little bit?
Yeah. So my name is Daniel, and I last year with Greg, Greg already had Rektoff as a company, and he had this idea that instead of just working in the security space as a hub for people, that we could offer an education platform and help educate people in the security space. And we spoke with the Solana group, and now we have the Rektoff Bootcamp, and it has run successfully 3 times. And this is a bootcamp which is trying to deliver important computer science understanding, low-level understanding to people, and also good security researcher practices, teaching you that approach. And so that's the goal that we have with Rektoff and what we're trying to do for people here.
Awesome, lovely. Thank you, Daniel. So the bootcamp runs, and pretty soon Daniel will get into what some of the actual skills that you'll be able to get out of the bootcamp as a participant. The bootcamp runs for about 6 weeks total, maybe 8 weeks overall. There's 6 weeks of instructions, and that includes 2 different modules, one that goes over Rust, and one that goes over a deeper look into actual security itself. And that's something that is taught by Mario, who unfortunately is not able to make it today to join us. But that's okay. We can still talk a little bit about what his module brings. And ultimately, it's a really nice opportunity for students. What we try to do is run a bootcamp that really tries to teach some deep fundamentals so students really truly understand Rust and Solana and not just copy patterns. We try to engage with a highly interactive teaching style where you can ask Daniel's any question that you might like, and we really encourage students to constantly ask questions so we can unblock different types of confusion fast. We have multiple different quizzes designed to help students test their understanding and apply concepts directly. Beyond that, we also have weekly office hours that'll just pretty much help anyone get one-on-one help with tough topics or debugging mental models. And in the end, after you go ahead and finish all of that over the course of 6 weeks, you have another 2 weeks to complete a capstone project. And that'll be an in-depth security assessment that tests the skills that you learned at Rektoff so that you're able to actually get some tough topics done. And it's a full module-long audit of a mock Solana protocol with actual vulnerabilities. This gives students practical security experience, and this is all skills that you're able to use on a resume. You can find clear bugs, and you can write clear, structured reports and prove that you're able to do that. So, Daniel, do you want to talk a little bit about what Module 1 looks like and some of the different things that we might be able to get to learn in Module 1?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think it is understood generally in the Solana space that Rust is the lingua franca. It isn't necessarily the case that you have to do things in Rust, but it is true that most of the ecosystem is using Rust as the programming language of choice. And that extends from infrastructure to the smart contract level. Module 1's approach isn't so much looking at the application side of what we're doing with the language, but it's more looking internal to the language itself, wanting to help developers understand more intimately how Rust works, how memory works on architecture, whether that would be a x86 processor that is running a Rust validator, I should say a validator for Solana, or whether that would be the SVM smart contract environment or the SBPF VM, which is also running Rust, but these are doing two completely, or not completely different, but they have different goals. And if the commonality between them with Rust can be used to help get good context of why things are a particular way, which in turn helps people develop better code, review code more effectively, find security vulnerabilities, and especially in the modern world where we have things like LLMs, Claude Code is looking better and better every month. If you have a intimate understanding of how the language works, you can work with these tools better to instead of there just being a large trust gap, you will understand more of what these tools would bring to you. So module 1 is focused on that low level understanding, things like ownership in the language, memory, the stack, the heap, static memory, all of these things that come when making a Rust process in some kind of environment. Lucas, are you there?
Hey, yes, I am there. I am back. I'm not really sure what's up with my connection. It seems to be a little bit spotty. But yeah, thank you so much, Daniel. I appreciate you going into that. Hopefully my connection remains good. We shall see. Yeah, so I think after this we could dive in a little bit and talk a bit more about what the application process looks like and what, as a student and as an applicant, you can do to really ensure that you're able to get yourself into the cohort properly and in with all of us. So what we essentially do, as me and Daniel are the ones who are going to be looking forward, as well as Vlad, who's on the back end. Hi, Vlad. Who are going to be looking through different applications from students so that we can upskill them. And a lot of the time, we really like students that take their time and that are really dedicated to basically, there's a text box that you're able to fill out in the actual Rektoff application process itself. And that text box is something that we look at and read. We pretty much read every single one. And we like reading ones that are definitely not totally AI generated. We can usually tell when they're AI generated. Sometimes we understand because it's like we speak English and different people from around the world speak different languages, which is fine. But in general, we do appreciate a really nice sort of like text inbox piece about why you guys would think you'd be a good fit as a student. Ultimately, we really try to look for students that are engaged and are really interested to actually learn and complete the overall program itself, and are looking forward to kind of getting to the end and getting through and talking with instructors and learning as much as they possibly can. We provide a pretty unique experience considering that our class sizes are pretty small in general compared to some of the other boot camps out there. And we allow for a lot of like direct one-on-one chats that you probably wouldn't get in other corners of the internet. And I mean, Daniel is a really, really impressive instructor as well. And same with Mario, and they're both very well-respected people in the industry. And yeah, we're looking forward to actually seeing your application. By the way, anyone who's tuning in or listening, please feel free to drop any question at all in the overall chat. We're here to answer them, and we're happy to run in. And I mean, until we really start to see some questions, I'm pretty much just going to continue running through what the application process looks like, what we're looking for in a student, and how to make sure that you get in. One of the things that's also that we really do believe in is like persistence. So if you've applied a couple of times and you're like, I really want to get into this program, this is a place where I want to be, then make sure to mention that in your application and as you apply, because we do see that and we do appreciate that. And if there's someone who's applied a couple times that really wants to be a part of what we're doing, a part of our cohort, that's something that we appreciate and something that we want to see more of. So that's always great. That's always something that we're really happy about. Daniel, do you mind expanding a little bit about what Module 2 might look like and some of the things that we might be able to get? Unfortunately, Mario isn't able to make it today, but we can still talk a little bit about maybe what the capstone looks like and some of the different things that we have going on there.
Yeah, I'll try to do justice. Hopefully, if Mario ever watches this back, he'll be able to feel like I did him credit. Mario, of course, is a security researcher who has done different things across different space. He's definitely earned his colors in the Web3 space, whether that's in Ethereum or Solana ecosystems. And so he understands the mindset that a person needs to approach when they're trying to identify security vulnerabilities and ensure that systems are hardened against attackers. And what he does in Module 2 is he looks at Solana smart contracts, and they have vulnerabilities inside them, and he teaches you the methodology and the mindset that he needs to apply, and he needs to use in order to discover vulnerabilities in these code bases and feel like that he's covered them to their fullest extent. It isn't the case that that what he is doing is he's so much giving you a list of these are the things that you do. He's trying to help instill a way of thinking into your mind and methodologies to help you be able to identify. If you have a checklist of, for example, like these are the bugs that I need to look for, this is not an effective way to be a security auditor. An effective way to be a security auditor is to understand the patterns that you need to look for that these bugs arise in. And then if there's something that exists there that is not on your list, you will still have a good shot at being able to find novel bugs. And that's the approach that he takes there. So the things in particular that he'll look at with the smart contracts that he covers are things like they're in Anchor. He's going to be looking over accounts, signers, PDAs, cross-program invocation, important stuff to do with like the Solana programming token, the SPL token, and of course, deep dives into particular avenues and how to navigate these code bases. Hopefully, I did a pretty good job there. What do you think, Lucas? Was that a good summary?
I feel like that's a pretty solid summary. Yeah, and I think that you're bringing you're making sure that you're giving Mario a good justification, if you want to put it that way. Yeah, you're killing it out there. And yeah, I mean, ultimately, like we try to provide students, we also provide a lot of post bootcamp support. And we do our best to really give our alumni a good opportunity. Actually, one of the things as well that happens in Module 2 is that we actually take a lot of different security experts in the space, and we allow hands-on time for our students with them. And basically what that means is that for any of our students, what we'll do is we'll sort of like host a bunch of guest lectures and then allow them to, get direct access to these, really distinct professionals in the security space of Solana itself. And that's something that I think a lot of students find a lot of value in. We also have a student showcase. So if any students are working on different projects that they'd like to show to the world, we provide an opportunity for them to be able to do that with the student showcase. And what that essentially means is that we go in and we host during our graduation ceremony, we're hosting a sort of like little showcase area that basically different students bring the projects into, and then it's all published on YouTube, and then we also amplify it through Rektoff as well. So that's something that is very important to us and very important with what we do. We really want to offer as much support and growth to our various students as we possibly can. All right, glad to hear it, Nitin. That's awesome. We're looking forward to seeing you, and thanks for joining us here. So we also share the Rektoff Launchpad, which is a sort of place that we've created in order for students to start to get more involved with the Solana ecosystem. So one of the fun parts about Rektoff is that Rektoff was actually created in a Solana super team meetup at one point between our founder, like Greg and Gui and Daniel as well, working with them. And basically the entire idea was done in person at a community that I also ended up getting to know Greg at quite a bit as well. And basically what ended up happening is that they all got together and they created Rektoff. And well, they built Rektoff into the security bootcamp program that we are offering today. And in addition to that, they also really provided an opportunity, like with Super Team. Super Team is something that we help connect our students to, and that is a great opportunity to actually go and start to meet fellow people within Solana. And that's something that we help connect people to. There's usually meetup groups in basically most major cities. There's also we also help students to contribute to open source repos as well. And overall, our goal is to ensure that students remain supported, connected, and equipped to grow within the broader Solana ecosystem. And I mean, graduates are given access to high signal resources to continue developing their skills and deepen their understanding of Solana security. I feel like probably what would be most, by the way, anyone, once I'm back.
Are you back?
I returned once again from the pits of bad internet, apparently. A shame. But anyways, sorry, Daniel, I hope I didn't interrupt you with anything that you might have started saying.
Oh no, it wasn't that long on my end. But you were in the middle of talking about oh, sorry, now I've totally blanked it. But continue. I don't think you were gone.
Yeah, no worries. I think what would probably be most valuable, since I'm not seeing too many questions coming in right now, is maybe Daniel, me and you can kind of talk a little bit about what we like in applications and what we like to see, what's important to us, and just try to really give a sort of like good idea to any students that are interested in applying, what they can do to make sure that they have the strongest application possible. I would pretty much say that like make sure to really talk about, like, we really appreciate people who are like participants in other Solana boot camps out there, it proves that you're a good student. That's something that we love to see. We also do like to see people that have sort of like gotten involved with the Solana ecosystem a bit as well. That's always super interesting to us. Daniel, what do you like to see on applications?
Yeah, what you just said, that's definitely true. Past Aki students, past Rare Skills students, all of this stuff is helpful because it lets us know that you've already got involved. But aside from that, we've had a bit of a talk about this, Lucas. At first, we thought this would be a good education platform just for people who were wanting to go into security themselves. But we read a lot of applications last year for people who were already parts of teams or developers or, building particular products, and they wanted to know how to secure their systems better. And this is important knowledge on that end too. I guess we're looking primarily for activity, as in you're not dormant and you're going to put the things that we teach to use. So activity, as in you're a participant in the ecosystem, but also we want there to be activity during the cohort. It is important that if you're taking a seat, because we have many applicants, and we want to try and make sure that if someone's going to participate, they're an earnest and eager student who is going to be able to make time to actually go through the content and try hard at it. Of course, we understand that everyone has a life, especially there's a lot of people that apply that have jobs, but at the same time, we try to make sure that the people who sign up are actually going to be active.
Yeah, and I feel like that usually goes pretty well as well. There's a lot of people who start to really get into some of the course content and really find a lot of value in what we're able to do. And it's been really fun starting to talk to students a little bit more about what the capstone actually like what the the student showcase actually looks like, because there's a lot of different interesting projects that individual students are working and building up on. And it's really exciting to see a student grow from not knowing much about Rust or not knowing much about security at all into actually being able to accomplish the overall security ecosystem itself. They're actually able to accomplish the overarching part of the bootcamp itself, which is really cool. That's a really beautiful thing to be able to see, and we always love when students are really doing that. And we really want to make sure that we showcase that and allow students to really grow within the community. We're here to serve the ecosystem as best as we can, and the best way that we can do that is essentially supporting our students in any way, shape, or form that we can do. And we've had some really nice people coming in as well, so it's exciting, and we're looking forward to it. All right, Daniel. I'm not really seeing any questions rolling in, which is fine. That's okay. We're still got a very nice list of students that are eager to get in, so I think we're looking pretty good. Should we slowly wrap this up, and maybe hopefully the information that we spoke about here finds its way to people that are interested in joining us?
Yeah, 100%. We covered the list of things that we want to communicate outwards. I'm happy to take any questions, but of course, if it's a quiet one this time, that's all good.
Yeah, no worries, no stress there. I'll give it one or two more minutes just to see if we have any questions that'll kind of come in from the audience. But if not, we'll pretty much be wrapping up there. And in the meantime, what I'll do is I'll just go over once again what's most important in making a good application. Essentially, make sure that the part where you're writing things down, there's two different parts where you're able to really start to put in some question. Or put in some overall things about yourself, things about what you've done, who you are. we really look for that, and we really look for evidence that you've been a good student and that like you've been a part of some other different communities and parts of the Solana ecosystem itself and parts of the overall crypto ecosystem. We really like building up that folks that are, you know, parts of these places, and that's something that's really important to us. So that's an area that we really focus on. We really like to see dedicated students. Even if you write, I am a dedicated student and I will be there for every single class and I will be asking questions and I'll be present. That's something that we really look for and appreciate. That's really important to us. We want to really be teaching students that are really interested and are engaging as much as they can with the course materials and growing with it. And we really like giving opportunities to that. We also try to make sure that students are essentially given opportunities to you know, really be put in front of security experts and security monitoring. And yeah, I think that's pretty much okay to wrap up here. Daniel, do you have any final things that you would want to say to anyone?
No, just looking forward to another awesome cohort. Cohorts 1, 2, and 3 each were fantastic. We have got into a nice groove now, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
All right, it's been a pleasure. See you guys in the cohort. Make sure to also say that you attended this AMA. That is something that we like to see. This is a pure example of engagement, and if you're still here and listening to us, that's something to appreciate. Thank you guys so much. Final call for any questions, but I think we're pretty much good to call it there. All right. Thank you so much, everyone. Have yourself a wonderful rest of your day, and we're looking forward to seeing you in the cohort.
Yeah, I hope everyone has a good day. Thank you very much. Thanks, Lucas. Oh, I've already applied before, I see. Should I apply again? If you haven't applied for Cohort 4, it would be good to apply for Cohort 4. If you've already applied for Cohort 4, we'll see your application.
All right, wonderful. Do you guys have any other questions about the application process or anything like that? All right. Well, we'll leave it as a wrap there. Thank you, everyone, so much. Bye bye. Have yourself a wonderful day.
Thank you. Bye.